giraffe will be anywhere between 5 or 6 meters tall. To give you a rough idea, our boy Mile, he is 7.5, almost 8 years old, and he is not fully grown yet at 5 meters tall. So he's going to get even bigger over the next 12 months than what he currently is right now. So being super tall is very handy for your giraffe because their favourite food is always up nice and high. These guys, they love eating leaves off of trees. That's their favourite food. Now in Africa, they actually have a favourite type of tree. It's called prickly acacia. It grows loads of yummy leaves, but it also grows these ridiculous thorns. They're very long, they're super sharp, but thanks to a big long tongue, give me out. Your giraffes don't have a problem getting around these thorns. This tongue is 45 centimeters long from base to tip. So what they do, if you watch George, she's going to stick her big long tongue out, use the tip of her tongue to grab a hold of her food, and then pull it into her mouth. And that's how they grab the leaves off these prickly acacia trees, so that their nose doesn't get poked by heaps of big thorns. You kind of ate them all, they're all gone. Yeah, sorry. You want to finish off morning tea with Mom? Maybe a question. Now for our guys here, we can't grow them that prickly acacia because it's actually a pest species in Australia. But thankfully, that's not the only type of tree giraffe enjoys. They actually like a nice wide variety. So the main tree we grow and cut here is our native Australian acacia, which most people call wattle. A lot of different types of wattle that grow across the country, and giraffe eats all of it, which is brilliant for us. But because we like to give them variety, we can mix it up with other things like bottle brush, mulberry leaf, willow. There is heaps of Australian and even South American trees that the giraffe can really enjoy. The only catch, of course, is none of these trees grow big thorns on them like that prickly acacia does. Without the thorns to slow these guys down, they can eat through their food very, very quickly. So unfortunately, our giraffes don't get all of their food for the entire day at one time. So don't take everything after breakfast. Within about 30 minutes, they would have eaten everything. Now, not only would that mean that they've got nothing left to do for the rest of the day, but more importantly, just like us as people, too much food too fast isn't going to sit well in their tummies. So to slow our giraffe down, we actually break up their food for the day into a couple of smaller meals. We've already had some breakfast. This is basically just morning tea. It's a nice little snack for being up front and saying hi. We are going to feed these guys a couple more times throughout the day. One of their slightly bigger meals is going to be their dinner. And that's because we do actually lock our giraffes up inside their barn overnight. I like to call it tucking them into bed. The reason why we do that is because of the weather. During winter, when it's really cold, that barn is the warmest place for them to be overnight. Right now in the summer, it's definitely not cold, but we can get some really nasty storms that blow through this area. It's going to rain. It usually does it anywhere from the afternoon into the early morning. Now, for whatever reason, I cannot tell you why, our giraffes are not smart enough to put themselves inside when it is raining or storming. If it's bucketing or even hailing, they just stand out in the middle of the weather and get absolutely drenched in it. They don't even use the shelter that's in the middle of their paddock. If they're under that shelter and it starts raining, they walk out from underneath it. So make sure that while we're asleep and we're safe from the weather, we don't want these guys running around in lots of lightning or hail or anything like that. They're inside nice and safe from any unexpected weather. And in the morning when we come in and the sun is shining, we can just let them out so they can enjoy their day. Hey monster. What we'll do, we'll leave our chicken giraffe to it. Behind you guys is our tuna enclosure. We will say hi to those guys and then we'll take you back down to the other animals. He's got a question for you.
I think it's too heavy for you.
She got into a fight with another girl and it wore it off. So now she looks like a unicorn. Her name is Shazza.
डाइट में कार बोल रहे हैं
Hi, cheaters. Sorry.
Hi, cheaters.
Mine's its own. Are you ready, Leila? Stallion, you gonna hop on, mate? Come on, my handsome boy. Good job.
So, do you see the cheetah?
Bonus.
Alright, Leila, you ready, babe? Good job. Hey, Valley. Good man. Alrighty, so we do have two beautiful cheetah front and center to say good morning today. So closest to us, turning around to say hi, this is our boy, his name is Valiant. We've got his girlfriend Leila, who'll come over further in the back there in just a minute. Now, fun fact about cheetah, they are the fastest animal that can run on land. These guys are able to go from 0 to 110 kilometers an hour. Really impressive is they can actually get to those speeds in less than 6 seconds from when they are sitting down on the ground. They can move very, very quickly if they want to, but as our cheetahs like to demonstrate, it's definitely a matter of if they want to. Just a run. Lightning fast speeds, right?
But they're so beautiful too. They're so beautiful too.
Oh yeah, they're stunning.
You just want to go in there and give them a food up and that's about it.
He'd probably be alright with that. She would probably eat your face. He's quite a lovely boy. He's really very sweet.
I have a thing with animals. I can go up to any animal and
yeah?
pet them. Yeah. I've pet a shark. I've touched a croc.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and swum with a croc. We were in this river and we saw this log going down and it turned around, came back upstream.
Oh,
that was fun.
Yeah, because your cheetahs are a running animal, they're actually built differently to every other cat. Cheetahs are actually built a lot more like a racing dog. So picture your greyhound. So their body is big, it's lean and long. We don't want our cheetah here to have big round bellies like I said before. It would actually mean that your cheetahs are overweight and then these guys get heaps of health issues super easily when that happens. So we want the cheetahs to have that really nice lean skinny body just like a greyhound does as well. So both Leila and Valiant are in perfect condition for a cheetah their age and size. Does mean I have to be careful about how many treats I spoil them with, but we do feed our cheetah every single night. And we'll mix up their food for these guys. Sometimes they get a really nice big chunk of meat with a big bone in it. Other days we do something like a whole defrosted rabbit or a whole defrosted chicken.
Wow.
It's actually really good for your cheetahs to have to pick through things like feathers or smaller bones. That's what they would need to do with any food they're catching if they're a wild cheetah. So we do our best to keep things as normal and as natural as we can for our guys here, without doing something like throwing a couple of live chickens in the paddock with them. The cheetahs would probably think that's the greatest thing ever. They'd have a whole lot of fun running around after a couple of birds. But the chickens might not feel the same way about that.
No, I can't imagine they would.
So for that reason, we don't do any live feeding here. We want to do what we can for these guys. So we mix up the types of food. We get these guys put in effort to find their dinner and actually take their dinner apart.
What if you would put like the greyhounds used to have on the racetrack with the
lure? We do have future plans to build a lure for these guys, but we don't have one established yet. Oh, are you done with me, Leila? That's it, apparently. Yeah, hey babe. Now, Valiant and Leila aren't our only cheetahs at the zoo. We actually have one more, a third. So we've got 2 girls and a boy. Our other lady, Malili, is actually spending some quiet time up in the yards that are up near their house there. When it comes to breeding with your cheetahs, I'm sure most of you guys have heard the phrase, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah.
It applies so well to your cheetahs, especially to the girls. For the most part, your female cheetahs are solitary, so they really don't spend heaps of time with their boys unless they really feel like breeding with them. So it means here at the zoo, in the best interest of keeping the romance alive, we have to make sure that our girls get breaks from their boyfriend. If they spend too much time with him, they'll just decide to never speak to him again. So today my Lily's having her own quiet time up at the back near the house, a little bit further away from people as well, and have more quiet time there to herself, while my Lily and hopefully Valiant's doing some flirting with Leela out here today, fingers crossed. But what we'll do, they'll spend a couple of days together, and then we'll do a swap, and my Lily will spend a couple of days with Valiant. So each girl will get a break from him, and hopefully that means that 2025 is going to be our year for breeding cheetahs, and we will have some cubs before the year ends, fingers crossed.
That'd be nice.
In Valiant's defense, he only just reached maturity in October, so there's a learning curve he's got to work through, especially when it comes to flirting with ladies. Cheetah boys do have to actually work for it to get female partners. The girls are quite fussy, so he's going to have to flirt and encourage these ladies. So he's got some practice to do, but we are very hopeful he's a really handsome boy. Hey mate, you don't care. Alright, well we'll leave our cheetah here. We've got a couple of options from here. If you are looking for our zebra enclosure, that's just a little bit further up the hill this way. The zebra paddock is just behind the giraffe one here. If you want to continue with our talks and see what I'm feeding and bringing up the front, I'm heading down the hill. We'll go find our pygmy hippo, our meerkats, and our lions.
Thank you for that.
No worries. Come on, guys.
We got some more up here, antelope. It's a bit windy up here. I don't know if it's picking up. I'm hoping it's not, but yeah, it might be. So I've got some good shots of those cheetahs. They are so beautiful. Okay. These ones have got all their horns. Oh, except for one. So that could have been the one that was up there. So there's two. So maybe those two had the fight. So we'll go up and see if we can find the zebras. I can now add to my list of touching animals an alligator. I would love to go in there, any of the big cats. Okay, we'll go up here. It's the incline up here. There should be zebras up here. There's a seat over here if you need to rest. But look at that view. So nice here. You can make you make a day out of it. Coming up here, you can sit here under the shelter here at the table. You'd have lunch with an ostrich or a giraffe or antelope. So if you're looking for somewhere new to go, taking your kids either on holidays or weekend, this could be a place for you to go. Or if you're just going here by yourself, there's plenty of parking space. I think it's a zebra up there. Oh, yep, I can see a zebra. There's one. Oh, there's a couple over there. There's a zebra there. How cool. Oh, is it pretty? That's beautiful. Pretty zebra. There's another one. There should be like, I think there's about 10 here, but there's 2 more there. Don't know where the rest are, but how cool. How cool. And there's the giraffe here. There's 3 of them here. The male and the 2 females. Or there we go. How cool. They're so cool. Yeah, I don't know where the rest of the zebras are. They usually stay all together. We'll zoom in again at the zebra. There we go. Okay. Pretty. And we'll head back down. We've got so much more to see. But we'll look at that video. Give a thumbs up on the channel. Subscribe to the channel to see more and different videos, as this is one of 5 videos this week, I think. I'm going to another location later today, and then one tomorrow, and 1 or 2 on Thursday. But today it's 2 lots, and today is the 25th of February 2025, and here we are at the Darling Downs Zoo on a nice, beautiful, sunny day. There is a nice breeze, so it's not too bad, too hot. Look at this dude. He's just sitting, chilling. And at the moment, it is 11:30. What are you doing? And that's the ostrich. It's different to an emu. You'll see one a little bit later, as they have emus here. There's, I think there's a reindeer here as well. There is wombats. There are so many animals here on a large acreage. This is my number one zoo so far. The Sydney Zoo was good, but it had its drawbacks because of it being on a hill. Or hills. But there was lots of animals in that one too. But this one's better. We got two down here. We got the two cheetahs back under the shade, just chilling. Put in the comments what your favourite animal is. Whether it's what you've seen on the video or that you've seen either on TV or personally. Have you petted any animals other than dogs and cats and birds and all the domestic animals? Like, have you touched alligator, crocodile, snake, lion, giraffe, hippo, any of those animals? Put down in the comments if you have. And if you did, what was it like? Touching an alligator is so cool. Hi. Hi. I wonder what they have there. This is like jumping area, so maybe. Oh, I could say maybe a cat, but then the fence would be higher, like the ones up there, the tunas. So, I don't know. Okay, we've been up there. It's the Komodo dragon and large tortoises, which is the largest group of tortoises in Queensland. So, this zoo has got a lot going for it. Come up here. I highly recommend come up here and just go around here, see the animals, help the zoo out. It survives on the donations that people give, the entry that it costs to get in here. It doesn't have any government support. So this is a really well worth zoo to come to. It's wheelchair friendly. Some of the animals aren't out in their enclosures, but still, oh, those baboons might be out now. So we'll go down and have a look, see if they're out. I hope they are, and maybe the pygmy hippo is out too. Otherwise we'll come back up and go over there and then down that way. But we'll come down here and see if they're out or not. Hope they are. Oh, she's at the meerkat one at the moment.
Climb down. Usually it's about 15, 20 minutes on average. So climb down, somebody else take their turn. Now for our guys here, we do occasionally get birds of prey, things like the eagles or hawks out in this area. But in all honesty, 9 times out of 10 when these guys call out because there's something scary in the sky, it's actually a plane. So the plane just flies away and the meerkats go back to whatever they were doing. If, however, especially out in the wild, a meerkat spots something they don't like an eagle, they let out the alert call and everybody will run and hide for cover. So for our guys outside today, they've got loads of hollow logs and gaps in the rocks they can tuck themselves up into. They'll wait for a little while until that plane flies away, and then someone will come and check on things and make sure everything's all good for us. Well, we'll leave our chicken meerkats to it, and we're going to head down the hill and see if our lions will wake up and say hi. Now there are a couple of windows to have a look at on the way down. The first 2 windows is our breeding family of meerkats. Our 4 young babies running around in here with their family. You'll also find our Cape porcupine Charles. Now if I'm a betting woman, he is in the bottom left-hand corner of this last window. That's Charles' favourite place to sleep. He is nocturnal, so he's going to sleep in that corner basically all day long. Then this afternoon, when the meerkats put themselves to bed, Charles wakes up and we'll actually let him out to play in the yard all night long. And then in the morning when he's ready, he puts himself back inside and the meerkats will get up and go play out in the yard. So they share the space together really well. But that's his favourite corner. We have tried shifting his bed to a few different spots. He always moves it back there. So that's Charles' corner. That's what he decided.
Can we hop in there?
No, we can't hop in there.
Sit down.
Be nice though.
Yeah, next door to our meerkats, our porcupine, we do have 3 different families. We have 5 black and white box members. We have our boy and 2 girlfriends, and then they do have a set of twins that they gave birth to 4 months ago. Very first time breeding, so we're very excited. They're being great first time parents. Roll out without any help, which is awesome. We're hoping that they're just the first of many babies to come with this guy. And then next door to our black and white rough lemurs, we have our ring-tailed lemurs. So for those of you who've seen the movie Madagascar, I give you the real life King Julian. Fun fact about our guys, our boy in here, his name actually is Julian. So we've got Julian and his beautiful family. A young baby in this family. This little boy is 1 day younger than the black and white rough lemurs. So we had a nice little birthday all the same with these guys, which was really exciting. But they're doing very well as a big family as well. Alrighty, I see you. What are you doing? You guys would like to wait in the shade here. I'll duck down through the gate and we'll see if our our lion comes sees us. We'll come over and say hi. I'm coming. Caesar. Come on. What you doing? You're hiding from me. I can see you. Yeah, you did blend in with the log really well, but I can still see you. Yes. You want to come say hi? I sit right down. Come over. Hi. Oh, don't look like that. Caesar. Come and say hello. No? Did you have a big morning? You need a nap. Are you going to come say hi? Maybe he start ignoring me for a little bit. See if he decides if I ignore him, maybe he'll come. Hopefully you can all spot the little head poking out from on top of the logs in the middle of the enclosure over there. He is our beautiful little lion cub whose name is Caesar. Now Caesar's a very special little boy here at the zoo. He is somewhat of a miracle child. We weren't exactly expecting him. His mother, Sassy, who we'll meet down the hill next door shortly, she was 13 years old when she had him last year. Now, Lion's average lifespan is about 15 years out in the wild. So to have a kid at 13 is a miracle in itself. There he is. Come on. Come and say hi. Yeah, we'll get you in a monster. Caesar, come on. Back to him.
Yep.
Yeah, you're going to stalk me. I know you're coming. Yeah. Hi. Good morning,
Oh,
how you
so
doing?
cute.
Say hello to everybody. What's going on? Are you looking for children to eat?
I got a couple he can have.
He likes finding babies on the ground and things, and he follows them.
He can have a couple that I don't want anymore.
Coming up the front to say hi.
Oh, wow.
As I was saying, his mother was 13 years old, so to have a kid at that age is a miracle in itself. Sassy had also never bred before. Caesar is her very first cub ever. What you doing, little man? Now, when most of your females fall pregnant, they fall pregnant with 2 sport cubs, so they do actually get a nice big belly on them. Only falling pregnant with 1 cub, Sassy didn't really get much of a belly on her. She stayed basically pretty much flat. She also didn't produce any milk leading up to his birth. There really weren't any external signs that we were expecting Caesar. However, there's actually something a bit sus happening up here right now. We've got the vet up, had a look, and sure enough, she is in fact in the middle of labour with Caesar. So we kept a little bit of an eye on her, but being 13 years old and never having had a cub before, Sassy didn't actually have the muscles to push Caesar out by herself. So it was decided in the best interest to save mum and the cub that we do an emergency cesarean to bring this little guy into the world. Hence the name Caesar. It is a little bit of a nickname for how it came about.
We were about to go have some lunch.
Now, because Sassy didn't produce any milk and there's a massive size difference between a tiny little cub that only weighs about 1 kilo and then his 160 kilo mother, it was decided that we will hand raise Caesar to make sure he's got plenty of food and he's well loved. So he is the 4th generation of lion born here at the zoo. He's also the 17th lion that was hand raised by our owner, Seth. So he's growing up to be a big, strong, happy man. He's almost 6 months old. He is still on a bottle. He's eating a lot more solids, but he still needs a bottle of milk every day, or he will tell us just how upset he is about life. For being a hand-raised boy, he's quite a sweet little man. We go and get loads of big cuddles, which is really a sacrifice on our part.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it does mean we're going to you'd be able to keep going in with him for quite a while longer. However, it will not be something we can do forever.
Yeah.
He is going to grow up. Your male lions generally average anywhere between about 180 to 200 kilos when they're fully grown. So while I love it when he jumps up to give me a big bear hug now, that's super cute. When he's 200 kilos and he does that, there is no way in the world I can hold up that much weight climbing on top of my shoulders. I'm going to crumble underneath him, and if that doesn't hurt me, he might get overexcited and get some different ideas about what's happening in the world. So we are going to reach a certain point, probably within about the next year or so, where he's just getting too big and too bulky to say hi. He's already about 30 kilos, and he's just going to keep growing from here. And your lions, no matter how friendly they are, they just don't realise how big or how bulky they get as they grow up and get bigger and stronger. So eventually we're going to reach a point where he's just too big to handle and to climb on us anymore. And we'll have to say, I'm sorry, Caesar, no more big cuddles. And we'll just have to give him loads of big pats and scratches through the fence when we come up here to say hi. You're eyeing off people. Cannot be anybody, mate.
You sure? I mean,
What we'll do, we'll leave Caesar Curve. We're going to wander down the hill. We'll head next door, and we'll see if his mother wants to wake up in bed. You say goodbye to everybody. Oh, you want to need a nap? Hey, kiddos. Yeah, you probably need a nap. Yeah. Bye.
so what happens to the other lions once they've gotten to a certain age? Where do they
So
go?
Caesar will keep forever.
Yep.
We don't intend on sharing him with anybody, but we'll have plans to eventually get him a girlfriend when he's older, and we'll breed up here with him.
So
We'll expand when we have that happening.
where does the other lions
So
go?
depending on breeding programs and things like that, which other zoos need unrelated partners, will
Yep.
depend on where we send those cubs down. So it will vary every single time,
Okay.
depending on who, like, unrelated partners are looking for males or females and things like that, basically. So it just depends each given time. There's not one set zoo that we send
Oh,
everybody
okay,
off
yeah.
to.
So wherever they needed, basically.
Basically, yeah, depending on the breeding program. Come say hi! Come on! You got it! Hello, darling! Let's play! Buffy and Kwanzaa, would you like to join us? I can see both of you. Buffy's awake. Kwanzaa's completely ignoring me. Hello, Sahara. How you doing, babe?
Wow.
Come here. Can you show off for everybody? Ready? We go. 3, 2, 1, up, go. You got it. You can do it. Good job. Get it. That's done. Can you come down here and do that? You want here? Good job, Chris. Good job. Oh, great thing. Well done. Go back up here. Good job. Oh, great thing. Nice job. Buffy and Kwanzaa, are you coming? Come on. No, it might be too far to walk. Sit down and have a rest for 2 seconds. Yeah. Alrighty, so we've got a few more lions in this enclosure. They are quite a bit bigger in size compared to our little lion cub next to her. This is Sahara. We also have her twin sister Buffy lying down right beside the tree at the back there. And beside Buffy, on your right hand side, will be a big pile of white fur. That is their very handsome boyfriend. His name is Kwanzaa. Now, your lions, when they're adults, are definitely one of the laziest animals you'll ever meet. And it's actually thanks to how lions eat their food. When they're little like Caesar, they do have to eat every day quite regularly, but as they grow up and get bigger, they change and they become what we call a gorge eater. So basically, out in the wild when your lions get hungry, what will happen is the pride gets up, they go on a hunt, they're lucky they'll catch some dinner, and when they do, they all basically sit down and they will stuff their faces. They try to eat as much as they possibly can, because a lion would be much happier to have one massive meal once a week instead of 7 little meals, one each day. Now, the kind of size meal I'm talking about here for a big male lion who hasn't eaten in 5 or 6 days, he can put away anywhere between 20 to over 30 kilos of meat in one sitting. Lions can eat a massive amount of food very, very quickly. But of course the catch is, once you've got 30 kilos worth of dinner sitting in your stomach, you don't actually feel like going anywhere. So this is what lions do when their belly's full of food. They sit down, they chill out, and they just sleep that food off and digest it nice and slowly over a couple of days. Hey, Sahara. What you doing, babe? And then basically when they start to feel hungry again, they get up and repeat the whole process. So for the most part, your lion's life is basically eat, sleep, repeat. That's how they do things. you break it down, on average, most of your lions get anywhere between 20 to 22 hours of sleep every single day. 2 to 4 hours they might be awake, they are not necessarily moving. Pretty good. A gene in his DNA. It's got a really fancy name. It's called a leucistic gene or leucism. So lions with this leucistic gene, it makes him different to a tawny lion like Buffy here, but it also makes him different to what we would call an albino lion. If Kwanzaa was albino, his fur wouldn't be creamy, it would be stark white in colour. Your albino animals also have bright red or pink eyes. So that's often something you might get as a result from inbreeding, being albino, but being leucistic, or being a white lion like Kwanzaa, it's a completely natural occurring gene, and it's actually one we do still find out in the wild right now. There are a couple of white lions that are running around Kruger National Park. However, Kruger National Park is the only place in Africa where you are going to find a white lion now. For one very simple reason, Kruger National Park is a protected reserve. There are people who work on that land, do their best to keep the animals safe from poachers and hunters. However, the white gene is a pretty rare gene, so the white lions hold a higher value on the black market than what a tawny lion would. So poachers are going to try and get the white guys first if they can, which is why protected reserve is really the safest place for them, because people will do their best to keep them nice and safe there. Can you do one more big stretch for everybody? You got it. I believe in you. You can do it. Good job. Well done. Thank you. Alrighty. Now, Buffy, can you give everybody some attitude and we show them why we don't go in the room? Yeah. Buffy's a great example of why we don't go in with the full-grown lions. She's a grouch. You missed a bit. You want that? Oops, sorry. You want it? Look at good job. Yes. You want one more. Alright. We do a little stretch. You're a superstar. Good job. Alright, we might leave our cheeky lines to it. Now, if you want to stick with me for just a little bit longer, our last stop this morning, they're already screaming and telling me to hurry up with our baboons next door down the hill. So we'll wander down there and give them some goodies. Probably. Wait, yes. Oh, are you okay? You alright? There's nothing. You okay? I'm going to find some apples. Well, I'm taking grain. I'll lift you up. Yeah, you can eat it. Don't worry. Good job. Alrighty. So we have a nice little group of baboons running around in the yard. There are 5 females all up out here today. Now, fun fact about your baboons, they are an incredibly aggressive species of monkey. There is no way we ever go in the enclosure with these guys. If any one of these bigger females, like the big lady up on the rocks, she is capable of killing me by herself if she felt like it. They are ridiculously strong. These guys have massive teeth and the jaw pressure to go with it. But they also have all the bad attitude in the world that can back it all up. Now, with bad attitude, as I'm sure you will hear throughout the day, baboons do not speak nicely to each other. If these guys use their words, they do it by screaming and shouting at each other. So it does mean sometimes a simple family conversation, it kind of sounds like they're trying to murder each other up here. That's not what's actually happening. It's just the only way these guys know how to do life. They are definitely big drama queens. So they do like to make a big deal out of everything. Something as simple as "you are looking at me funny" or "Mum, she stole my sultana." Potentially everybody is screaming at each other at once in here. It doesn't take much to get them going, and they love the attention that it gets them as well. So they will make quite a bit of noise throughout the day. Don't freak out by it. We can tell the difference between a scream that is "you looked at me funny" and a scream that is "there's actually something wrong up here." Now, something that can start a good argument or two in here is baboons are terrible at sharing their food. So we do our best to make them share even though they don't want to. The way we do that is by spreading their food right out. So I've just scattered their treats along the front here this morning. What I've thrown in, we call it monkey grain. We mix it up for these guys. It's got lots of different seeds and grains in it. It's got some people cereal. So today there was cornflakes and rice bubbles. We throw in other things like dried fruits, nuts, muesli, shredded coconut, lots of fun things that they really enjoy that they can spend a bit of time foraging for. This is naturally how baboons can look for food out in the wild by digging through grass and rocks and things like that. So we're just encouraging some natural behaviour from our baboons here. But it is just a treat all morning tea. We feed the baboons twice a day. They get a nice big breakfast, slightly smaller afternoon tea, which is made up of loads of veggies, a little bit of fruit, and then in the afternoon we do bonus things like cooked chicken, boiled eggs, or cubes of cheese. With that food we also spread that right out through the entire enclosure. So we don't come up here in the morning, lock the baboons up, clean their yard, and just tip their food out into one big pile when we're done. Because what would happen when we let the baboons back out, if all their food's in one spot, the bigger dominant animals get to that pile of food first and they hog everything to themselves. And I guarantee you, just like big kids, baboons will grab their favourite food first, without fail. So something like corn or banana is a big favourite in this enclosure. If it was all in one spot, you end up with one baboon. She's shoved as many pieces of corn into her mouth as she can. She's carrying as many pieces of corn in her arms as possible. She won't share them even with her own children. So by spreading their food right out through the whole enclosure, when we let them out, everybody can run around into the different parts and they can have a chance to grab as much as they want, but also what they want. So we do our best to keep it nice and even for them. What? Now a question that I get asked quite regularly about our baboons is why do they have big pink bottoms? Now for a baboon, essentially the bigger and pinker your bottom is, the better you look to everybody else around you. So you want to have the biggest booty there is. Now you may notice that some of our girls' bottoms are different sizes. We've got quite a few girls with some swollen bottoms at the minute and a couple who have much smaller, flatter bottoms. Now for the most part, your girls' bottoms are pretty flat most of the time. However, every 4 months when they come into season, their bottom swells up to about 2 or 3 times its normal size. It's really just a good visual indicator to any males around that she is in season and she's ready to have another baby again for the year. If male doesn't breed with her and she doesn't fall pregnant, she'll come out of season, her bottom will deflate back down to its normal size. 4 months later, it will swell up again for her. Now for your boys, their bottoms are a little bit different. They're flat all the time, but they're much larger in size. They're about twice the size in diameter as what the girls' bottoms are. The reason why your boys' bottoms are even bigger is because boys will compare one another's bottoms when they're competing over girlfriends. Basically, female baboons, their main job and goal in life is to get as many girlfriends as they possibly can because they want to have loads of babies. A big family is a very good thing if you're a baboon. Now, for a young man, especially one who's starting out and doesn't have any girlfriends, the easiest way for him to get some is to steal somebody else's women. So he starts walking around, he finds a group of baboons, and he has to have a look in that group at the boy that's already there. If the boy that's already there has a bigger bottom than this new guy, picking a fight with him is not a good idea. This new guy needs to keep walking around until he can find a male baboon with some girlfriends, but that male baboon has a smaller bottom than him. That way he can beat up that guy, he looks super cool to all the girlfriends he has, and the girls decide their old boyfriend is a loser, they don't want to hang out with him anymore because he just got beaten up, so they're going to walk off with this new guy instead. And that's basically why having a bigger bottom is better for you, because you're going to have a whole bunch of girlfriends, nobody's going to pick a fight with you, you look super cool to everybody around you, and it's just the ideal way life goes. So that's basically why the rule is, the bigger the bottom, the better you'll be. Now that does just about finish me up for our morning. I am officially out of treats. Thank you very much for following us around and hearing all of our animal facts. If you've got any more questions, please feel free to ask. But I hope you have a lovely day exploring, guys.
Thank you for your time.
You're very welcome. So he's lovely. When you want to have the horse, he has a green body and a white face. Her name's Luna. She's usually pretty good, but if anyone's going to spit on you, it will be Luna.
Thank you for your time.
No worries, you're very welcome.
And have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Yep. We'll come up here, and my mic died earlier, so sorry about that. But that little lion is so cute. I don't know when my mic died. There she is.
In your pool later, babe. Mina, monster!
Is she still a diva?
Sorry?
Is she still a diva?
Oh, always.
That was the pygmy hippo. We'll come over here. You're going to hear the wind in the background because of the mic dying on me. I hope it wasn't with when she was talking about the lions, or the lion and lionesses. Okay. Ah, here's a spotted hyena. I can't see him. Oh, that sucks. Oh. I'm guessing they're over in the little hut thing there. Well, that sucked. That would have been a good one to see. Haven't seen a hyena yet. Okay, we're coming up to the leopards. Oh, look at them, they're so cute. There's one up there and there's one under the tree. You can see the one up on there. And then there's one under the tree here. One of these are the baby. It was born last year, December I think it was, or yeah, I think around there. Look how cool they are. That's so very cool. And there's some more here. We missed the talk, but There's another one up there. Wow, they were building this platform for the baby. Ours. Huh. That's so cool. And he's or she is up there. Can you see there? Okay, so we'll keep going down. Look at all the budgies. Oh wow. Oop. Oh, okay. Well, we won't get you going. We'll get you instead. Hello. Wow. There is a lot of budgies here. Oh, and there's peach face. Look at them all. That's a lot there. Okay, what else have we got down here? There should be a tiger here. Where is she? Oh. I don't know where she is. Oh, that's a shame. Or is it her there? Oh. That's a shame. Some parrots in there. There's supposed to be ducks in there. There's a billabong in here. I'm not seeing him. Oh, there he is. There's two of them in there. Okay. In here is supposed to be red deer, fawn deer. But I'm not seeing. No, they're not here. And here is the Gibson. But not seeing them either. This is new. Oh, hello. This is definitely new. Oh, they got penguins. No way. They got penguins up here now.